Hi there, my friends, and my fellow realtors and other friends around the world. As you all may well know, I was born and raised in India, and I'm very passionate about my connection between the two countries I call my home. I see India as my birth mother, and I see the United States as my adoptive mother. And both countries have embraced me, have made me the woman I am today. And while I feel this in a very idealistic, uh, personal part of me, I also want to translate it into a business connection. And that was something I felt the day I first saw our two country flags standing quite close to each other, side by side, at the National Association of Realtors conference in DC, when we had that semicircular room at the Wadman Park, and US and India's flags were quite close by, close enough for me to hold both flags in my two hands and touch these two flags. And a lot of my effort that I do now stems from that desire, that wish. And I feel that there's a lot of business and a lot of connection to be made between the United States and India. Case in point, the National Association of Realtors publishes the International Residential Real Estate Activity report every year. And as of last year, we are seeing India as number 4, number 5 on our list of buyers. So even halfway across the world, from the other side of the world, the connection with India is very strong. And as you all may be aware, Indians live in all our communities. Indians are part of every major city. They're part of the landscape of every major city, and we are part of your social structure, one way or the other. So I just thought I'd take a moment to uh, introduce the thought of working with India and then how it benefits us as realtors. I live in Florida, and Florida signed a memorandum of understanding with India last year. And to be very specific, so did Orlando Regional Realtors, and which is right in the heart of Florida. So, in my thinking, Florida is very much, um, authentically geared towards working with India. The weather is just like it is in India. So I tell my business connections in India that you should come to Florida because it is just as hot and miserable as it is in India. So, weather-wise, it is almost like home. India is a little bit hotter in places and a little bit more humid. But as we found out this time, India can also be cold at places. So some of us, a small group of realtors, went with me earlier this year to India and explored part of North India. And we made some amazing friends with some great developers and business houses in India. And we are hoping only to further this connection and build this connection further. So I have started this effort to introduce my dear friends to India because I feel there is so much opportunity. And why, why should we lose out on part of the very important fact or important aspect of the opportunity of working with India is to understand how the India government and government of India allows or does not allow purchase of real estate. I am a CIPS instructor. I teach the CIPS, among other designations, to realtors, and CIPS is the Certified International Property Specialist designation for those of you who have never heard about this. Part of the CIPS designation, we learn about how government policies determines whether you can or cannot work in a particular country. India is one of those countries that we have a bilateral trade agreement with. The National Association of Realtors has built, has created a trade agreement with NAR India a long time ago. But the government of India does not allow anyone other than persons of Indian origin or Indians to buy property in India. And so for this reason, your audience of who can buy in India is fairly narrow. And we will talk more about that when we speak about, India's culture and specifics and everything. But today I want to dive into the kind of properties that your Indian buyers may be looking for. And then where are they going? Where are they going to be looking at? So I'm going to have some webinars and classes when we talk about these. And I basically want to introduce everybody to India and then introduce everybody to the concept of buying in India or making these introductions across the world. And we have business partners in India, realtor partners in India, who will be happy to work with us. And as the few that went with me found out that we were greeted like royalty in India, we were given the red carpet. And I also want when my Indian realtors and friends come to the United States, I want them to have the same experience. Y'all can see a background of a river, and this is the part of the distributary of the mighty Ganges, which is a huge river in India. And my background is in wildlife ecology, and I spent a good day and couple of days into about 5 years ago on this river. And this is where the man-eating tigers of India are there. And it's a part of the Sundarbans Biosphere Reserve. It is the largest mangrove forest in the world. Very, very, very unique and interesting ecosystem. And 2026, I do plan to go to the Sundarbans, but that's a different story. But part of my effort in doing these classes, webinars, whatever videos, whatever you all want to call it, is to introduce my friends to India, to different communities in India. Where would your NRI Indian buyers buy? And then what are the kind of amenities they're looking for? What are the kind of amenities that they're going to be able to get? And then what are the price points? Where do most people, what are the locations that are favorable? So this is what we are going to dive into, and there is something for everyone. India has so much of diversity and so much of growth. India's real estate is going through a massive expansion and so much of growth, and unfortunately it is not open to the whole world to come and buy in India. But even if you cannot buy, you can definitely introduce your friends, customers, clients who want to buy in India to our business partners in India. And that way you all can build a business. There is a lot of shared referral and commission to be made, and I am here to talk about it. So with that, I want to conclude this beginning video. I thought very carefully about what I wanted on this video and the background. And yes, this background of the Sundarbans is what I decided I wanted. So I hope you will join me in future webinars or classes. I don't know what to call them yet, but it's my way of communicating. Let's just put it this way. Some of them will be live, some of them will be recorded because my schedule does not always allow me to be predictably live. So while I am engaged about creating this picture, building this picture and creating this education about India, I cannot always do it on a predictive schedule because I have other things that demand my time. So at least this way, I can create some videos on my own time and publish it and see what y'all will tell me. My world, you will always tell me. You all give me the answers I seek, whether this will be serving a need or not. That's something I will get the answers from you. I always have. Um, every part of my growth has been in response to what my world has asked of me. So I will leave that to evolve with time. And yes, I would love to tell you about my day on that. It was a beautiful experience. And hopefully some of you will come with me someday. It's not for the faint-hearted. All right, I'll talk to you soon.